welcome to another Four Eyes game video. Today I will be attempting to land on the moon, which I have already done 3 times, but unlike the previous missions, I'm going to attempt to bring a rover there. I'm going to attempt to come back. I've tried to come back before, but it didn't work. I sent a rescue mission, but the rescue mission needs a rescue mission. So that didn't work. But today, I'm going to do it. Or at least I'm going to try. Anyways, to the video. Here you can see I'm trying to set up docking ports for a rover, but you can see it clearly doesn't work there. So I set up a service bay for the rover, and I chose it because it has much more space, and it's probably just a lot more practical. So now I'm actually building the rover from the docking ports. I'm adding wheels, but it doesn't really work because the wheels don't connect. They glitch through the floor. So I build it on top, so it's hanging. I'm adding power, a thermonuclear RTG. I'm adding a RTG. Now this is a seat, in case you didn't know. Now I'm just selected crew. Let's see, what am I doing? Yes, I'm adding a battery right now. The battery provides SAS. It also provides power because without that battery, I don't have anywhere to store all my energy. Just there, I was spacing out the wheels so that I won't do wheelies. But I got that fixed. Now I'm adding parachutes. It's really satisfying in that circle. I don't know. Heat shield for re-entry. Can't forget that. Now I'm forgetting fuel, but that will work out, you'll see. Now I'm trying to find a way to get the legs on because I can't have the landing legs on the doors. So I have to get 4 landing legs on these 2 little sections between the doors. So I add 2 crates to place the landing legs like that. And this is perfect because I can also put extra fuel inside those little truss structures. These are landing legs so that I can retract the legs so that the rover has a softer landing closer to the ground. I added a hinge so that I could have a ramp, but that's not reasonable. Alright, so now I'm adding a kind of Apollo style lander with having an extra detachable layer, but that won't work. That's not efficient at all. So I decided to scrap the idea of leaving the cargo bay and legs behind. Now I'm adding solar panels because I need solar panels. You need them. I added a antenna and those fuel tanks I was talking about earlier. I don't think I need an antenna in sandbox mode, but it's cool anyways. Wait, well, I don't need the antenna because I have a pilot, but it's cool to have one anyways. Now I'm trying to add a monopropellant tank so I can add RCS in case my rover flips, but that won't work. I end up just using a probe. You can see that there. Now I'm setting up the action groups for a split second. Alright, let's see. Now I'm trying to squeeze as much fuel as I possibly can. In the end, I don't even have that little donut fuel tank on the engine anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Now I'm trying to squeeze every little ounce of Delta V this ship has with adding all the engines I could possibly add to increase Delta V. I mean, what can I say? More boosters, more fuel. Yeah, okay. Now I am designing the rocket. Finally. Took long enough to design the lander, but don't worry, the rocket goes by quick. There's a fairing. I decided to make it gold because why not? It's fancy. Cool fact, the silver fairing makes your ship invisible in editor mode. Parts of the ship becomes invisible. There's the fuel tanks. Oh yeah. I decide to go on 9 engines. Yep, 9 engines right there. So 9 engines is really good. It's helpful, powerful, has quite a bit of Delta V. Just not good burn time. There are those Clydesdale engines for launch. They're really powerful. People, if you're a noob like me and you're having trouble launching your vehicles, add salt SRBs. Or, right? I don't know. Add solid fuel boosters. Solid fuel engines. Here I'm replacing the middle of the 9 engines with a mast down engine, but that actually ends up decreasing Delta V, so I scrapped the idea. Some point, right? Yeah. Now I'm experimenting with other engines, like the Kodiak, I think it's called, which has really good, it's really powerful for its size, but doesn't have the power I'm looking for. I decided to just stick with vector engines because they're good, reliable, powerful. Now I'm trying to add like side fuel tanks, kind of like how the space shuttle had that big orange just fuel tank, no engine, just fuel. So right now I'm trying to add it. There we go. Except I'll have 2 and they'll be much smaller than the ones on the space shuttle. Yeah. I added a second stage because at the time of filming this part, I thought my rocket was done. It just didn't have enough power. It's not done. I still have to build quite a bit more. So I end up scrapping that second stage with 5 vector engines. So yeah, there's me editing the fuel tanks. Sorry there. Yeah. Okay. Here I'm adding much bigger fuel tanks, more boosters, more fuel. So I go for the mast down engines, although I'm not sure if I stick with them. I think I do. Now I'm moving the Clydesdale launch engines down here because they're launch engines. So I should use it for launch, right? So I delete those extra fuel tanks because I do not need them. Now, yeah, again, here's me milking every last bit of Delta V out of this rocket by adding third engines. Thankfully, I deleted them because this thing might not have made it back if I hadn't. No spoilers, of course. So now I'm adding vector engines, cause more boosters, more fuel. I'm sorry. It worked out, okay? It worked out. Those vector engines worked out, okay? So it's fine. All fun and games. So what am I? Oh, yes. I'm playing around with the staging, get it right. So, now I'm setting up a action group for when I'm landed. I can easily deploy the antenna and solar panels because I'm that lazy. Now I accidentally messed it up again. I moved the rocket from off the center of the launch pad. If you guys know how to fix this problem, tell me because it is very annoying. Now, launch. I have had many test flights. I edited them out. Why this one isn't edited out is because it's the final launch. So why would I edit out the mission? So for the first time ever in a mission, despite orbital missions, I actually set an orbit to get to the MUN. So now I'm plotting out the maneuver node. My rocket is very unstable, so I had to take a second go to get it right because my rocket's that unstable. You can watch the nav ball when we do the burn, how unstable it is. Look at that, my nav ball's spinning. So I am here at it, fixing it, making it on a 90-degree orbit so that I get bright side, dark side, bright side, dark side. I deployed the fairing because we're in space. We don't need it. Okay, now I'm setting up the orbit, which almost had me concerned because the orbit wasn't orbiting, but I got it fixed. I had to take two at the orbit because one try I accidentally made the orbit too small and I was on a collision course for the MUN, but we don't talk about that. And look at the nav ball, look how unstable this rocket is. It's just spinning. How you guys fix unstable rockets like that is by turning down the gimbal limit. The vector engines just have so much gimbal. So now I spent like a day in orbit. Actually, no, I spent a couple hours in orbit. But now I'm actually using the same stage to retrograde because why waste fuel from the lander when I still have fuel on the stage? Okay, there we go. Almost messed up the landing, but it's fine. There's Jebediah. We are ready. I forgot to pack extra supplies like more energy sources, but it's fine. First go, you can see that probe, the reaction wheel doing it work. I turn it off, of course. Here's me. I was just recalibrating the wheels because I could not figure it out in the VAB, so I decided to do it manually. We drive it back, do some drifts, do a 360 donut thingy. Set my flag. Rover landing. There is, what's his name? Bill. How could I forget Bill's name? Got his nice red lights on. I'm driving. It's kind of crazy that the engineer crashes. But wait, is Bill okay? Yes, Bill is okay. We get back there. the power source, the RTG has broken, so I don't have a power. You can see in the top corner my resources, they're running low. I don't have a power because it broke, which is very unfortunate. And I should have played better because on one of my test flights, the same thing happened. So I'm retracting the wheels, letting the rover rest in peace. Now I climb back to relax for 27 days. I rotate to get my orbit right. Sorry there. And I get my orbit. Unlike any other mission, again, I have never set an orbit from the MUN to escape from the MUN. I always do this small little arch thing, which is very efficient. I got the maneuver, hit node set up. Could have saved some extra delta V, but if I had gotten the orbital angle a little better, but it's fine. I still have enough delta V. Barely enough. In a second, I'll show you what I mean by that. I had 3 delta V after the maneuver. Staging malfunction. I had to manually stage that. I manually did it instead of just pressing spacebar. You can see me manually staging the parachutes too, because the automatic spacebar staging was not working. So very scary. Touchdown! I try to open the solar panels, but that doesn't work. Okay, so mission successful from the MUN to Kerbin. Let's go.